Testing, 1, 2, 3, 4, testing. I got 7 viewers. This is Frankie Day here for Frankie Day Show here. This is Wednesday night hangout with Frankie Day. And I'd like to thank everybody for chiming in. As you can see in front of you right here, this is my 1966 Wonder Whaler by Aurora Plastics Incorporated. This thing here all last night. Got the standing rigging all done. Right now I'm putting the sails on. All the inboard sails, like 4 sails. Excuse me, guys. George, how you doing, dear sir? Good evening. Robert, good evening to you, dear sir. Thank you for chiming in, sir. Because I just now started right here to hang out. I got me a web camera. Instead of using one on my PC, I went down to Myers and got one down there. I think I paid $40 for it. And I was really hoping it I could have it set up with the PC camera coming towards me and the web camera coming down on the subject, but it didn't pan out that way. So this works a lot better. So you get me and the subject all at once. You can see me work on my models. Now, for a sound check and a video check, am I coming 4x4? George and Robert? Beautiful. Those are 2 magic words I like to hear. That means we're going to have one hell of a good show tonight, guys. Okay, it's Wednesday. Uncle Sam was very good to me tonight, today, and I received. I'm gonna try to adjust this a little more, guys. There. Excuse me. That was pretty gracious to me. I got my my Naval retirement check today and my Social Security check all at once. So thumb high, and so I got the bills paid today, went to the commissary, got it right there, everyone's base, got groceries, and got the ice box full of chow, cupboards full of chow, bills all paid, got enough money saved up to get me a 124 scale Hellcat by Airfix. So I got that coming in too. Yep. I've been working on this whale ship here. One of them. Right now, guys, I'm kind of finishing up. I'm kind of finishing up the stuff like I started about 10 months or a year ago. And to me, it's just a waste that the stuff sits there carry dust and bust. Especially as old as these things are. These things are almost as old as me. And so I promised my viewers out there I'll finish up on the plate we got going. So last night I was working on this on the Wander right here, as you can see. As you can tell, the great progress has been achieved since last video. And got pretty good, I think. And so I got the all the standing rigging done. I got sails on there. So the way this model builds, I'm building it exactly how it is on the instructions, but I'm making it easier for me. That way I get all the inboard foresails all done. Then I can go ahead and put the shrouds on, the rat line, get them all done, and put the sails and get them all ready to go. So right now I'm preparing the sails by adding a wash to them. No, I didn't, George. I want to tell you something about the Titanic, the GoMix 5 model. I ordered me another one today from aeropapermodeler.com. If you need any card kits, go there. And they got a lot of good card kits. What happened to the GoMix 5 model is that I abandoned the construction of it because the fan tail got smashed in. I had it behind the Heller HMS Victory box back there and behind my stash pile. And I wasn't aware it was back there, and I had a stock pile crash. And about 3 dozen models fell on top of it and it kind of pancaked the stern in. I was really, so all that work I did just run down the toilet, but it's going to be saved because I'm going to start a new build of that real soon, guys, because I got it coming in the mail now. I went down there to aeropapermodeler.com and ordered me a new Titanic today. It cost me about $70. Kit cost about $70. Card kit. It's an excellent kit. And I'm not going to let this thing get away from me. I'm going to go ahead and start to finish on it. I'm not going to do so much on it and bail off. So right now, that's going to be my next build. I'm going to start getting going as a GoMix 5 model Titanic. I'm truly sorry I couldn't get on it anymore because it got trashed. And so I got a lot of stuff laying around, and stuff like that lays drift like that is bound to get broken. So like I said, we keep gear drift like that. You make sure you got to keep it away from a lot of stuff. That's 2 models that got ruined because of stuff like that. My DC-10 we got smashed up because of stuff like that. And same thing with anything, you know, you just got to keep this stuff clear from harm's way. Because you put a lot of time and money and patience into it, and also your heart and soul. Yeah, I'm starting to look real good, George. It's my wife said, Frank, what happened to this? It says, had a stash pile crash. You know, all those models. It's a, yeah, I told you, Frank, what was going to happen. You start way outside. I know, Ruth, you have to tell me. And it says, I know exactly what was going to happen. I paid penalty for it for being stupid. And so I got that problem taken care of. I went and bought me a bunch of shells there at Myers. I got them all stashed up in the shells out there in my garage out there. And we're turning to a workshop. So I'm kind of working out there too a little bit, trying to get this thing organized. Pretty soon I'm going to be out of here. I'm going to be next door. So I got that coming into view next year. Next year is going to be a whole new man cave. I'm going to have cameras all over the place, guys. It's going to be like a sports bar in this place. Instead of watching football, you're going to be watching Frankie Day build models right and left. That's going to be my dream come true for next year. I'm going to make it happen. Well, I don't know. I guess on YouTube, I more or less just post my builds. That's about it. And get involved in Hangouts once in a while. But right now, since I can get my own Hangouts going on here, I got a whole new kick right here. And I won't be so hard to catch. Thank you, Tony. Thank all you guys for tuning in. Yeah. Keep that bowsprit out of the way. I'm afraid I'm going to hit this bowsprit. It's pretty strong. This little squirt's pretty strong. This build's going to be a pretty good model, a little whale ship, you know. And I enjoy it very much. And I got a lot of little nice things here I can show you guys. And I'm really glad about this new webcam. Those who just tuned in are probably wondering, well, geez, Frank's got a whole new format going on here. I wonder what's shaking his end. And so, like I said to earlier viewers in here that came in, I went and bought me a webcam, not Myers. It lays right on top of my PC. And I was really hoping that it'd be able to have a picture of me like you look at me now on one corner of my screen, and what you're seeing now here will be as you're seeing it right now. But it didn't pan out that way. So therefore, I can compromise, and I like it. You got me and the subject. Works good for Frankie Day. Yeah, guys, I went out and ordered, like I said, ordered me a Titanic today. Got me a new one. Kit cost $60. With shipping, it's about another $13 on it, something like that. So about $73 it cost me. And it's well worth it, guys. I'd rather pay $73 for a 1/200 scale Titanic than pay a handsome sum, a chump change of 1,000 clams or more for the Billings and the Mantua one they got out there. I tell you guys, it's tough to get too expensive, these plastic models nowadays. They're getting really out of hand. A lot of us guys, you know, we just can't afford that stuff, you know. That's why it's always good to be versatile when you build models. It's always good to go back to paper, back to wood, plastic, and the best of all, stash. A good tip for Frankie Day. It works very well, guys. It really. When you go to a hobby shop and buy a kit, no matter what you're going to buy, armor, figurines, anything, it's always good to buy 2 or 3 of the same thing in one shot. That way, you can keep it in your stash pile and build the one you got. It can stay there forever and ever and ever. If something goes wrong with the world, you can't get it no more, and you start running out of sources, no sweat. You got your stash pile. Everybody's got a hobby shop in their own house. That's what a stash pile's for. Lawrence of Arabia, how you doing there, sir? Well, Frankie Dave's doing good. Thank you. Thank you. I know it's a little choppy a little bit, guys. I can see the little hesitation in my gestures and everything, though. But that's because I got this new webcam right here. And somehow it's the format of it doesn't keep a real fast natural sync. But as long as I'm loud and clear, you can see me what I'm doing, that's fine. I'm only about a couple of milliseconds out of time right here. That's good. That's good, Tony. Before long, you'll have 900 kits. I've got over 2,000 kits just in here. Down below, I don't know what I got down below. And I found out to my horror, actually my surprise, I should say, my wife summons me to go up to the loft of my house. I got a companionway open up, pull that. You guys probably got them in your house too. You know what I'm talking about. On the ceiling. You grab, pull the hatch down, unfold the Jacob's ladder, and climb up a loft. I went up there to get the Christmas tree, some Christmas stuff out. My wife wanted some Christmas things. That's why I always wanted Christmas stuff. Well, geez, out of sight, out of mind in years. I found at least 200 more kits I had out there. A lot of solid wood hull kits, model shipwright kits, blue jacket kits, A.J. Fisher kits, and also another one. That was about it. I couldn't believe I had that many up there. Yeah, I know that. I know that, George. Sometimes you can't buy 2 or 3 at the same time, but sometimes I buy a couple at the same time. What I do is, if I can't buy 2 at the same time or 3 at the same time, is that I tell my dealer, hey, hold one of these back and I'll buy one next week. Okay, Frank. He holds it back. Next week, come back and buy it. Get another one. That's how I do it most of the time. Depends on the price of the kit. If you buy like a monogram kit that runs generally around $18, $20, $60 you get 3 good kits of the same thing. $50 kits is still a lot of kits. That's a lot of time to build them all too. The thing about me is I'm an old fart in the wind. I don't know how much longer I can last in this world. I'm backside of 80. And my mother and father, they died in their hundreds. And my grandparents, they died. I think they died in the hundreds too. My father, he was no, my father was 99 when he passed, and my mother was 107 when she went. And my grandparents were about 111 to 112 years of age when they went. I have aunts right now in 100, over 100 years old, and still work and do things. I don't know. We must got good genes in the Day family. I don't know. Must be from the European side. That's all I can say. Which is the best, I think. It's all good, guys. There's just some people got bad genes, some got good genes. And the main thing is I like to work and stay active. I keep going all the time. And as long as you keep going, keep active, keep building models, Lord, you'll last forever. You'll never burn out. The only time you tired and give out is when you sit down and do nothing. Every day, guys, where I work at, where I walk, where I venture to, when I leave my home, to go here to there and back home again, I see a lot of people walking around. These people are not very healthy. Man, they can drop any time. They're just overweight and just lousy. It takes a great effort for them to pick up their feet just to walk. Yeah. Talk about compressor. I bought a Pache. I paid 200 dead presidents for that thing. Over $200. I bought it down at the hobby shop. The hobby center, not Smitty's, but the hobby shop. It was in a box. I said, how much for this Pache compressor? I think it's listed for $229. Let's take a look at it. It was listed for $229. Time I got done paying tax and everything, it was about $230 something. I walked out the door. I had that bad boy for about a year. Also, I kept the smell like like electric, something's burning. Also, I see sparks fly out of the housing, so I pulled the plug out immediately. But I just bought this thing, $230. I said, man, I'll never do that again. So I got smart, went down to Harbor Freight and bought another compressor for $99.99. And it's right over here. And I got a Badger compressor too, with a big tank. And that Badger goes forever. That thing's made in England. And I'll tell you, that bad boy lasts forever. I must have painted 1,000,001 models out of that compressor, and I'm still going strong. Now, those Harbor Freight compressors are not bad. I mean, they're really good. For the money, you can't beat them, guys. And like I say, they sell good stuff there. It lasts a good long while. You know, when it peters out, buy another one. You expect it's going to last the same time, perhaps even longer. Now, back to chat. Clyde Roberts, how you doing there, sir? Mighty fine, buddy. Very happy you tuned in on my Hangout for Wednesday evening. As you notice, I got a whole different format on here. Things a little choppy because I went out today and bought me a webcam. I had high hopes of having 2 different webcams going on my computer. One could be right at me, and the one I bought today could be focusing on the subject, but didn't pan out that way. So I got both worlds out of one camera. So that way I'm right next to my ship, the subject I'm working on. And also you guys can see me as well. So it worked out pretty good for me. So you got to guys excuse the choppiness a little bit. I'm a few milliseconds behind sync. But as long as you guys hear me and see me, you know, I'm not too far off to being here. And things are going very well, Clive. I hope everything's good at your end, dear sir. It's getting cold outside. It's getting better. Supposed to have a warm front coming in this weekend. Be okay by me. And so I got plenty of things to do. I got a lot of things to do. And right now I'm just having a ball working on my whale ship Wonder. And I've been on this for a couple of good days. I made great progress on it since I, excuse me, guys, since I made the video. Another 2 on it, and it's come out very well. For a model that's over 50, it's almost 60 years old, it's not bad. For about 50-something years old, ain't bad. These old things, they look beautiful. I like old things. If you got the skills to know how to make it better than it was, you know, challenge right there. These old things, they build very, very well with modern day skills. Vallejo model air paints. Any reservations? I don't know, man. I don't fool with Vallejo that much. Only Vallejo paint that I've used was on my USS Arizona. It was dark sea blue. That was the 5S color that she wore at Pearl Harbor at the battle line. And I had problems with that paint at first. They kept on coming off my ship. I said, what am I doing wrong? There's a scene like me, this is a sticking problem. And I do have primer on there. So all I had to do is sand that primer down a little bit, rough it up a little bit for that paint to stick on it. Boy, it was pretty good paint. And maybe just because it's Chinese plastic, I don't know. But my most paints I use is Model Master and Humbrol. I love Humbrol. Humbrol colors are my favorite. Seeing how it seemed like to me, they kind of changed their formula since the 60s and 70s. I use turpentines for mineral spirits for the Vallejo paints. I don't use no mineral spirits. I just use turpentine. It dries it out real quick. It's really good stuff too. Because most of that paint's pigment anyway. And I got 16 viewers. All 16 of you guys, thank you very much for viewing in on the Hangout for this Wednesday evening. And as you can see, I'm working on my 1966 Aurora whale ship Wonder. And she's kind of sporting along nicely. I'm ready to go out there and do some whaling, like all good whalesmen did back in New Bedford in the 1840s up to 1860s, up in the good old days of whaling when whale oil was not more of a commodity. It was a main thing for fueling for like lights and stuff like that, perfumes, all kinds of things. Whale oil was very it was the economy for the early 19th century. Humbrol enamel paints, George. I'll never ventured using their acrylics. Wait a second. I don't know if this is acrylic or not. This is that surface primer they use. So I use this white paint just on my ships only. That's why I use all the, and I use this white on my primer. So this may be I really don't know if this is acrylic or not though. Acrylic paint's pretty good. One thing good about acrylic paints is that they're water soluble, either with alcohol or water. And you get special thinners out there for it too as well. Yeah, you got to go with flat with that Vallejo paint. That's what you got to do. When you spray that stuff on there, it goes on. It's flat, but you got to seal it with a clear varnish. What I use is this. This stuff here is called Magic in the Can. You can find this at automotive stores, Ace Hardware stores, Home Depot stores, any place that sells aerosol paints, Myers, you name it. Any place you want to go, they sell this kind of stuff. I use this as a finishing gloss. It don't yellow. It really restores everything. And best of all, for all you balsa wood fans out there, when you're using dope, Aerogloss dope it went out with the dope. It went out with the dinosaur. It's no longer available anymore. And so this supersedes the dope. So when you got tissue models, when you're all done, when it's all been shrunk with water or alcohol, you take it outside and just give it a good 14 inches away from the wings. Just give a couple dustings of it. It'll seal that pores in that tissue. It'll be like what dope does. It won't shrink on you like butyrate dope does. This is good. Magic in the can. Yeah, I get a couple of challenges out there on Facebook once in a while. You can see some of those one of those leftist guys out there. I tell you, you've got. I tell you, I think it's more or less worldwide, not only here in the U.S. You've got a lot of people especially the young generation, they haven't been educated enough to know everything about how we formed everything. Now, I got into a big old debate with a couple, I guess you call them liberals, I guess, something like that. Their heads weren't screwed on right. But I screwed them on right after I got in their face a few times. They're talking about this caravan thing going on. They said, well, it says in our Constitution, give us your humble masses, your hunger. I said, yes, this is true. But you understand, you people got it all construed. I said, years ago, when all that jazz got started, there was no welfare system back in those days. When you come to a country like the United States of America, you learn how to speak English. But if you had a native tongue of Italian or German or Russian or Yiddish or anything, you can keep your native tongue. We're not going to take that tongue away from you. That's what God made you to be. You're going to be proud. You're that way and keep your tongue. But when you're in the United States of America, you learn how to speak English. And you got a job and worked. And most of the people, like in the million immigrants in the early 20th century, back in the 1900s, were my ancestors. All your ancestors came over across the pond on steamers. They're Ellis Island. They were checked for disease, checked this and that, and they went to school, learned how to speak English, and they found jobs. And a lot of them went into business for themselves. That's why you go 42nd Street in New York and all these places. You got Little Italy over here. You got Chinatown and whatever. You got all these cultures that moved all these across the countries have settled there. But they came over here the right way, not just a handout. And another thing, too, I told this one guy, so you got to realize these people carry disease like cholera, typhus, Zika, you name it. I mean, they got stuff over there they're immune to that can kill people who are civilized over here just like that. Just like that. It's crazy. And like I say, a lot of these young people nowadays just don't have the education and the common sense. That's the biggest problem. People don't have common sense no more. I mean, I'm not kidding you. People are dumb as turkeys. If you take people out in the rain, they'll drown themselves like a turkey would. And I tell you, just you got to have sense. You got to have education, and most of all, you got to have home and family values. That's one thing too. I noticed a lot of families that there's no values no more. I mean, people, it's like taking a wad of paper and throw it away like it's nothing. Heck, I was led to believe family values was your physical makeup to function in society. Lawrence, thank you, sir. I use about 15 psi. Now, on my Pache compressor, it didn't have a pressure thing on there. I went down there to Harbor Freight and put one on there before the thing blew up. I run about 15 psi. Some guys run maybe a little more than that. You don't want to go any more than 20 psi because you lose control of your airbrush. You just it'd be like spraying out of an old Badger airbrush that you had no control. You know those ones that use propellant as a power supply, and they were turquoise blue plastic, green plastic, whatever it is. And a big hideous jar. It was a good airbrush, but the thing about it is you had to mask everything off. It's just like using an aerosol can. Yep. I got so much stuff here to work on. I'm excited now to get my new Titanic coming in. It's a bloody shame I wrecked that darn thing like I did. I should have been a lot more careful what I was doing. Like I say, guys, I got so much stuff, you know, and right now I'm starting to take charge of it now. I'm getting things kind of squared away, get things out of harm's way. And it's going to be a whole new deal when I get moved in next door. I got a lot of room. And right here, I'm being pushed in the corner. I can't get out. And right now, I clean these sails right here. And so this flash up is yard arm. The way these things are molded, yard arm is molded right on the sail. That was a fast, that's another fast point of building a rigged ship like this at the time. But in those days, they made it as simple as they could. They knew there was a lot of people out there. At those days, a lot of people didn't have the skills. And it was more or less directed at people who knew what they were doing and learning, you know, so they kept things simple. Yeah, 14 psi is good. Like I say, just don't get too low on it. Not too low, not too high. Like I say, you get over 20 psi. I mean, you'll have no control. I don't care if you have $1,000 airbrush, you lose control of it. You got too much air going through there, through the orifice. It wasn't designed for that much pressure. I'll tell you what, the best airbrush I bought is that Awada. Let me show you. Come out wherever you are. Come out, Awada. I don't know what you're doing there. The Awada clips. It's backwards on my monitor, but in front of your screen, you guys can see it right. I think I paid $140 for this thing. This is a good airbrush. I got about 4 Pache airbrushes. I got 1 double action, the other 3 are single action. And this is the best one. For the money, it's not bad. This is a good airbrush. What I like about it is this bowl up here. This bowl. With this bowl right here, with the compressor still going on, you can clean this airbrush out and still mix paint in it and still keep it going. Opposed to the old Pache kind, we got to take out the bowl, clean it out, clean the airbrush out, clean this out. Too much work. Too much work. This is no fuss, no muss. And the needle, when it comes out, you got to pull this unscrews here, the end cap. It screws out. You get the turnbuckle fit across here, and it pulls out the needle. So when you want to clean the airbrush out, there's only 2 pieces to clean out. Pull out that needle, and it'll come back from the tip right here, back up this way from the nozzle, and that way you won't get damaged when you clean out your head. Very, very easy. This is a good airbrush. I kid you not, guys. I wouldn't have done. Now, right now, I'm gonna search out for another airbrush. I'm gonna get me another one that's a little more superior. This is a good airbrush. This is a professional quality airbrush, and it's a good airbrush. GB Model Zone. Hello, buddy. Welcome here. Back to the chat. I got 15 viewers. And I'd like to welcome all 15 of you right here. And thank you very much for tuning in on my Wednesday night hangout. Right now, I'm kind of making a hangout with you guys. I sit here, I'm kind of working on my Wonder Whaler. I'm preparing the sails right here. I'm going to start putting a wash on them. And get ready to put them on the Wonder Whaler right here. You're most welcome, Clive. $12.50 hours in United Kingdom. And I got about another 4 hours before I get there. Principal Drew Scale Models. Thank you very much, dear sir. Welcome to Frankie Day's Wednesday night hangout. No, sir, I haven't heard nothing on the events available. The only rumors going around is that bringing back a lot of the old stuff they made in years past, and I haven't seen none of them come to view. I checked both hobby shops today when I was out paying bills, so I got my checks today. And I checked Smitty's. Smitty says, Frank, nothing came from hell yet. But I got a lot of stuff here. I said, I know. I said, so I went and bought some more paint and glue off them and everything. And Lord, I got enough here to work on. And I haven't heard nothing about Revell. I'm getting kind of anxious a little bit and overzealous a little bit about what they're going to bring out. Yeah, Lawrence Models. Yes, they do. Harbor Freight's got an airbrush too. I think it's double action airbrush. They're not bad. I think they're about $20, $20 American money. I don't know how much they are in the United Kingdom, but they're not the best airbrush, but they do a good job. But you got to be really skilled enough to know how to use the airbrush well to make your hands fit something that's elementary. You know, it's like anything. You know, if you know what you're doing, you can make an elementary thing look like a professional. You know, for the money, it's not bad. But Harbor Freight's got some good things in there. Now, I bought a Mighty Mine. I think about that about 7 years ago. This thing's still running good. Man, I chopped all kinds of wood with that thing. Yeah, like I say, they don't sell the best tools in the world. They sell good stuff. It lasts a good long time, and we'll get the job done. And, you know, you got all kinds of guarantees there. If it goes kaput on you, give me your cell. This thing fouled up on me. Okay, fine. Go back and sell another one. Whammo, they show it to you and mark it, and you take it home. It will last a long time. If it goes out on you, get another one. Then you know how long it'll last on you. Compressors. I went down and bought a compressor. I paid $99.99 for one of their compressors, plus the pressure control on there. We call it the keeps condensation on there. Keeps them spitting water on you, and that keeps all that condensation down. Also, you control your PSI too, and I like that. So Harbor Freight's got good stuff. So don't be too bashful, and just go in there and just buy good stuff there. Yeah, these come from Cuba. The Cubans car. I think I paid about $5.49 for them. They listed. I got about 150 of them. I got over here. I bought a bunch today. I'll probably go to them damn things for probably about 2 weeks. My wife says, Frank, I don't know how the cigars you smoke. It says you. I said, yeah, I bet your lungs look like a couple of little saddlebags. I said, no, they don't. My lungs are clean. I don't inhale these things. I just like the way they taste. I love cigars, guys. I tried smoking cigarettes one time. When I was a little kid, my mother used to smoke those Philip Morris cigarettes. Just like that old ad back in the 1950s. Calling Philip Morris. Those old Philip Morris cigarettes the Chesterfields used to smoke. I got those Philip Morris cigarettes one time. I took a puff, that bad boy, I turned green. I was sick as a dog. I said, man, no way. I said, ain't no way I'm going to start smoking these things. I ain't going to start smoking these fags, you know. Not me. So I went to cigars. I started smoking cigars when I was in the Navy. Yeah, Revell put out a great line of 124 scale or 125 scale, 124 scale cars. Yeah. I got my stash back. I don't think well I do. I got a Revell 1941 Willys in primer gray. And it's in a box. And it's been opened only once in its lifetime. I must have bought that back in 1961? 1960, somewhere around there. It cost me 98 cents back then. No, the principal Jew scale models. No, sir, I'm not too familiar with the Tornado kit. Virtually, I've never built one of those things before. And my jet aircraft is very smattering compared to my prop driven. I'm pretty much keen on prop driven aircraft more than I am jets. But I like jets. I got a few jets. I got one over here. It needs to be finished. I mean, I keep on saying this myself. This is a hobby, not a hobby model. It's a Kitty Hawk. The F3H Damon. All it's ready now is just put the easy clean, and it's very dirty, as you can see, because it's been sitting around. And this is the F3H Demon. Now, jets like this, I built because I was born ship in the Navy. When I was in the Navy, I seen these things fly all the time. These Demons, Phantoms, all the old Navy, all the old early Navy jets. So this is the Kitty Hawk F3H Demon, known as the chair, 148 scale. It needs to be finished. Needs to be cleaned, needs a bath again. And I need to go back over the white again, give it a brushing, a little airbrushing. That's another finish up job that needs to be done. Put it back over here so it won't get broken. No, that was a hobby model. That wasn't a Kitty Hawk. It was a hobby model. I got that mixed up with that Kitty Hawk OS2U Kingfisher in 1/32 scale I have. Back to the chat. Yep, I got the same thing. That Apache Devil Action, I got it. It's still, it's right here. It still works very well. I like Apache. I don't like their compressors. After I paid $229, that thing blew up on me like it did. Yep. Sky Warriors, F9F Panthers, Cougars. Yep, you'd be surprised what you can buy on eBay sometimes. You get something like that, it's really cheap, and the thing does a good job, you know. A lot of stuff like that seems to be cheap or underrated, but they don't know the quality, how good it does. So they got the ratings all wrong or something like that. You got a lot of good underrated stuff that works a lot more superior than something would pay a very handsome bunch of money for. Principal Drew Models. What kit was that by Monogram got on eBay? Yes, they are. They're getting astronomical in cost. They're getting so that I won't buy them anymore. They get too much like that. Like I say, guys, it's gonna be a day. We won't be able to find them anymore. And like I say, I can always go to card kits. I got a million card kits back here, and they build just as good as these plastic ones do, and better. I'm thinking about building this one. This tiger cat right here. This is a sexy, mean beast. I seen these fly at Miramar. And man, these things here, boy, they whistle when they go over the sky. This aircraft was underrated. This thing can deliver. The problem with this airplane is it came out too late. It became a victim of its time. And it's a card kit. These are the Bible of instructions right here. Tells you how it's constructed, all the formers and everything on there. Here's all your formers. You got to take all this paper right here. All these formers right here got to be glued on cardboard stock like this, because you got to have some oomph. Now right here is the skins of the airplane. This thing's beautiful. I love this Tiger Cat. It has optional folding wings, flaps come down, they work. Here's all the flaps right here. And they give you 4 Bristol boards. That's all you need for this. So I was thinking about shaking that one down. Yeah. Trying to get these done. Sails all prepared. I'm going to put a wash on before I do anything. Get them prepared when it comes to put the sails on. Because it won't take too long when I finish up the 4 sails on here. And they'll be ready to install. And then I go ahead and finish up my shrouds. Get them all done. Wife's there watching Christmas movies. I think she's watching that one with Bing Crosby in it, called White Christmas or something like that. Man, 200 something kits I got up there. My God, I got more. We're up there in the loft, got some Christmas tree stuff for the wife today. And to my surprise, I was greeted with a bunch of models they had up there I haven't seen in years. And it's nice to know. So I got a lot of stuff coming in. Can't wait to get that Titanic in and get that thing started. I was really broken heart about that one to get, boy, that fantail got squished. I had exactly about 30 models that fell down that stash pile I had. And all that weight just kind of smashed the fantail on that thing. That's 2 of my models got destroyed. So I said, well, I'm not going to make this happen no more. I should have learned the first time. So I went down to Myers and bought I got about $200 worth of plastic shells I bought. So I'm going to start stacking all my stuff on there. Uh, Principal Drew models, no, panel lines don't bother me that much. I like them. I like them. If they're too pronounced, I just tone them down. Using wet and dry sandpaper. Just tone them down a little bit. Don't destroy them. Just bring them down a little bit if they stick out too much. Now I like the recessed ones better because it sets washes. But like I say, even raised panel lines, you can still get wash effects on them. It's like do these sails I'm showing. You got a lot of raised lines on here. And once that wash hits it, they come out looking like this. You see how it brings out details. What goes on like this. Yeah, you talk about Rocky Spot. Welcome to Frankie Day's Hangout for Wednesday evening. I can relate to what you're talking about. Because when I was a kid growing up, I used to see B-17s fly over, B-24s, B-25s, PBYs fly over all the time. Every World War II bomber that you know, I seen fly. Yes, that was a great Christmas movie, Tony. I think that was a very good Christmas movie. It was a good musical too, as well. And my wife watches it every year, and she watches the Polar Express too. She likes to watch that. And used to have all kinds of good Christmas movies on. I had one with Jimmy Stewart and Donna Reed, Ward Bond, all these old Hollywood actors back in the glorious days of Hollywood made a movie called It's a Wonderful Life, you know. Old George Bailey. Yeah, Lionel Barrymore, the big old, that guy was a tycoon, tightwad guy. And that was a really good movie. They come out Christmas time all the time pretty well too. That's during Christmas time. It also came on there. And now Wizard of Oz. That used to come on Thanksgiving. About 60 years ago, around Thanksgiving time, they had the Wizard of Oz on there. That's the time they brought that out. Then when the Wizard of Oz came on, it was time for turkey time. That was old-fashioned Americana. Many years ago, years past. The age is bygone. But stays in my mind. Yeah, Great Britain's Model Zone, yes, sir. I love watching Terry and Colin and Davey Boy and John, all those guys. I have a great time watching them. I mean, they that darn Smooth, I tell you. He brings out those Jaffa cakes. And man, he comes over and takes his Jaffa cake, lays it right on the workboard like that, and gets Colin. He's got his head bowed down and works like me and everybody. We work on a model, paying attention. And old Terry's going like this. And I guess old Colin says, "Oh, you devil, you boy." It was fun after that. He goes, "Oh, someone's going to get a visit." And it's fun. I like to watch it. And then these guys are diehards. I mean, they go for hours on end. And they come along and they just really they have I have a ball. I have a ball with them. I just like to watch them. Yes, Clive, I do build airliners. Every chance I get, I got a few in my stash right down below, and I got a 377 Clipper. It's a Nighting big Silverbird. It's a Boeing Stratocruiser. I got a couple airliners. I don't know if I got one in here or not. But I can show it to you if I have it. Let's see. Man alive, I don't. They're all boxed up down below. I'm going to have to break them out. I thought I had at least a DC-6 flying around here somewhere. Yeah, I build airliners. I sure do. They're very beautiful airplanes. I like to build a DC-3 with old TWA markings on there. They're real nice. Yep, that's true, buddy. I gotta take care of this for a minute. I'll say that in a minute here. I'll check something out. Yep. You guys give me about a couple minutes. I go check on some laundry down below. My wife, she can't go down there below to go some laundry. That's our utility room down there where she keeps her washer and dryer. And so I'm gonna make a laundry call. I'll be back in about 5 minutes or 4 minutes. Enjoy you guys each other in the chat, and I'll be right back. And when I clean the cells up, I'm gonna get them all stained, put a wash on them. Then when that's all done, I'm gonna bring out some models. And since I got this canvas set up right here, I think you guys would like to see them. It'll be probably some ones you've never seen before. I'm gonna surprise you guys. We're gonna have a good show tonight. So please, guys, give me about 3 to 5 minutes, and we'll get the hangout going here. I just gotta make a laundry call. I'll be right back, fellas. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry, guys. I go down below and take care of Mama. Like I say, you got to make Mama happy. You don't make her happy, they get mad, and then make your life very, very difficult. Okay, buddy. Yes, sir. Okay, great bitten models. Okay, you got 16 watchers going, guys. Frankie Day's back. I just took a little sub tackle for a second. I had to take care of, I had to make Mom happy a little bit. For new fellas that showed up out here on the Hangout out here, this Wednesday night Hangout with me. And I'd like to thank you all for tuning in. I'm very delighted and very honored. And the show is young and it's new. And we're going to work on the Wander's sail tonight and get a wash on, let it dry, and have some models. I broke out a couple of beautiful ones right here. I think you guys would be very delighted to look at. It's with my new webcam I have posted right here on top of my computer. In place of the webcam on my PC, it gives me a little bit more depth of me and the subjects to be viewed. And so right now we're going to proceed with the video here, and we're going to sail in. That's what I want right there. I want to knock that thing over. I'll be the happy camper. I think got busted. Okay, these were repaired. Working on this. That hasn't been repaired yet. No, that's okay. I got 4 sails to do. Yeah, I got 4 major sails over here to do. And to get them all trimmed up and prepared for the wash. And then we're going to have some models. Okay. Get back to chat right here and see if I can follow up here for my truancy for the last 3 minutes. Yeah, I hear back, George. I guess you didn't see me in the take off for a while ago. I had to go down below check on the laundry for the Mrs. Day. And like I say, she's 87 years old and she can't go down those stairs. Oh Lord, no, huh? That's off limits for her. I go down there, and I'll make quite certain that she don't go down there. 'Cause like I said, she'd be gone. It goes down there. She one fall, she's had. That's it. And I don't want that to happen. Okay. It's beautiful Wednesday night. It's very nice, cheerful in here. I feel pretty good. I feel cozy, warm, secure with my friends. And watching Christmas stuff out there. She's having a ball. And I'm having a ball. What's that, Robert? Make go on. I didn't follow up what was going on a while ago, sir. I'm sorry. Hey, Bob here. How you doing, dear sir? Welcome to the Frankie Day Hangout. You know, some fellas, there's one guy I really miss very much is the other son team, Chris, Alex. I haven't heard from these guys. I know what they're doing. These guys graduated from plastic models into the RC deal. That's exactly where they're at. And so that's probably the reason why they're not in view with the modeling community. I used to watch those guys. Oh my God. Early videos, they used to have Alex right there. They used to bicker with his dad. Oh Lord. I did the same thing with my pop, you know. Yeah, that's right. Pencil Drew scale models. Yes, sir. Got a big mama happy, don't they, make it miserable? They do. It's just nature of a woman. You got to keep them pleased and all the time. You got to enjoy this stuff and peace of mind. You got to take care of them first. Everything. When all that junk is done, it's all on you. That's your time. It's like a good idea, Principal. Use scale models. Get some bowl chiller right there and sit there and relax and listen to everybody and watch yours truly. The sails are linen. They are a linen color. They come plastic. This is 56-year-old plastic. And it's good plastic. What I do, I put a wash. After I put a wash on them, they look like this. And like this. This is a handsome little ship. Years ago, the instructions suggested use light gray paint, like a wash over your sails. Then when it dries, wipe it off. But by doing that, the mineral spirits in there will crack the sails, and you don't get those sun bleached tones like what it does, the wear and tear. It gives you just a gray. It's like putting gray paint on this, and wiping it off. It'll be like a gray color, light gray color, with different tones in it, like a wash tone. But I make it as realistic as you can. I use linen because they get faded out a lot from the sun. And the weather really does it to it also, like canvases. And you know what? They get sail lockers. They're constantly making sails all the time. So if you had a real good job being a hand on a ship, instead of being a bosun's mate, being a part of the deck and everything, go to the loft, tending watches. If you're a sailmaker or a cook, anything with some kind of a skill, that was your job. These other guys are sailmakers to keep from doing all that menial labor, like going to the loft, tending the sails and the yards and everything. Well, they can sit there and just sew all day long, enjoy the year's voyage without receiving discipline. Yeah, that's all they're going to be, buddy. Right here. Robert, this is Humbrol color. I don't know if this camera picked it up. It's number 74. It's a Humbrol color 74. Matte, M-A-T-T, and Humbrol 10s. I love this Humbrol paint. I want to tell you something. A lot of people say, man, that's all there is, a little small pan of paint. So, man, you can paint 1,000 models on one of these 10s. There's nothing but pigment. That's all it is. And you got to add mineral spirits of your choosing. Either mineral spirits or turpentine. In my case, because Humbrol likes turpentine. Yeah, thank you, Thumble Thumbs. Thank you very much there, sir. Thank you for tuning in on the Wednesday night hangout with me and the crew. And yes, as you can see right here, I got exploded views of the sails. I'm preparing for the wash. And when they come out like this, I have to put the wash on. You'll see them as I put them on here. And I got about 3 more sails to spruce up a little bit. And this thing will be ready to go. Take more of that. Right now, I'm kind of preparing this. You got a half moon locating pin under this gaff. Where this thing fits at for it to be glued to. Looks like ACC is going to be the adhesive for this. At the end right here, on back in the business, you got two slats right there. And the pen fits in between the slats, which is right here. Locating pen. I make sure it fits good. Yes. 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 Sandy right there. Yeah, guys, when it's cold winter time, well, Frankie D likes to work on models. I'll start to get the Titanic bug. I bought out my Gomix Fly model RMS Titanic scale 1/200. But to my horror, it looked like King Kong or Godzilla stepped on the fantail of that thing and squished it. So good news is that kit's very easily available to get. And I bought it today online. I got it Aero Paper Modeler. And with shipping and the kit, it cost about $73. Pricey, but I tell you one thing, I'd rather pay $73 for a 1/200 scale Titanic than pay four digits for one made out of wood like Mantua or Billings. And those kits run very expensive. What I'm looking at, guys, in my overall view, is that plastic is getting expensive nowadays. Getting so that people can't afford it anymore. Exactly why I surmise. That's why I have such a large, vast stash. Like we all got a large stash. In case if something goes on with the world, we've got it all here. We got each other. We got YouTube. We got models. We got a home. They'll figure things out later. They'll say, well, they got to. Well, I'll tell you one thing, buddy. When it comes to supply and demand, manufacturers get very greedy, real greedy. And they take advantage of people like us. And get back to them is don't buy the stuff no more. They'll slow down, bring up the price. That's how economics works, but it takes more than one person. It takes a lot of people. I mean a lot of people to get them all shaken. Back to the chat. Yeah, Christmas movies. I don't know, guys, man. I just, I like Christmas, but I'm not too jolly and joyous over it like I used to be because, I think I got it figured out my own age is that we got no family. Thanksgiving and Christmas is for family and for kids. Here I am. I'm an old fart in the wind. I'm God's good humor. And I'm very happy and very blessed and very thankful for what I've got and what I don't have. And as long as I'm thankful like that every day of my life, why should I be thankful for 2 days out of the year and be in debt for it, And you can't say no to kids when it comes to Christmas. You can't say no to them. Because one time I believed in Santa Claus. And I want to see Santa Claus bring me a little bit of plastic, and he always did. So when you start giving, you got to be a little joyful a little bit. But it's hard to be very joyous nowadays with the astronomical cost of living in general. But things always pan out. Us modelers know how to survive and do things. And we will prosper. We will. Okay, guys, you got to look at Facebook. You want to see Santa Claus in action? I'll post a picture of me working on a 1918 steamer. I got a Santa Claus beard on, Santa Claus hat. One guy commented to me one time, man, Frank, it looks like Santa Claus and his elves building his toy shop models all those places. I had models over me. I'm going to post that in Facebook, guys. So please, when you tune on Facebook, you'll see my unelegant posterior on the Facebook page. But my wife said, Frank, you look like a Santa Claus working on toys for kids for Christmas. I says, well, that could be a very good thing. A very good thing. I can inspire kids in the building. Oh, I don't know, guys. It's wonderful. It's beautiful. Life is wonderful. Yes, they do, Robert. Let me show you. I got a paper model here I'm thinking about building. Oh, yeah, there's a turkey right there. Gonna bring you out. Here's one right here, Sir Robert. This is my Go Mix Fly model, scale 133. It's almost it's an international scale of 133. Almost out of 132nd here in the United States of America. This is the S7F Tiger Cat. Now, this airplane is a very beautiful beast. Here's an airplane that became a victim of its time. It came out just right after the end of World War II. Just supposed to be one of the last of the cats. And so this and the Bearcat came out too late in the war. I mean, they couldn't use it. They used it in the Korean campaign as much as they could. But after that, this aircraft itself was used as drones, and it went out as a dodo. Now, for instructions, let me show you. Here's your instructions right here. You look. I don't know how this new web camera I just bought. That's why you probably wondering why I have a different format. But I was hoping I'd be able to have the instruction, the camera viewing the subject here, and have a picture of me in the corner. But evidently, the way it's going out, it works very good for me. I like it this way better than anything. That way, you can see me and everything in view. For instructions right here, this is the airplane. It looks like an overall view. There's an option in this kit. You can make this thing with folding wings. And it has rockets and bombs. Here's the instructions right here. Here's all your instructions right here. They're all diagrammed. This thing is built in numerical order. On these fuselages, these all card kits are built in numerical order. And right here, all these lines representing, these are skins and formers. These are all formers right here. This is skin 1, former 1A, skin 2, former 2A. And you'll see the stuff as I flip these pages over. These are the formers. You take all these. This is paper. You're probably wondering, well, geez, that ain't going to hold nothing up. Yes, it will. This is Bristol board, cardstock. It's about 5 millimeters thickness. You take a rattle can of adhesive, backside of this only. You don't do it the backside of this. You do it on your board first. Then you take this and paste it on the board. And when it dries, you can cut all the stuff out to fit. And here's your skins. All these beautiful skins, all detailed. This thing's very detailed. I built this thing once before. It came out very excellent. This is a very nice kit. It has well interiors. Well, I'll tell you something about card kits, guys. Card kits build just as well and just as good as plastic wood will. Card models at one time used to be the mainstay of all nations. But then the plastic came to view. It went out with dinosaur. But it's pretty much a mainstay in European countries. Germany, Poland, England, Europe, Scotland, all through there. They still venture into card models. They're a must. And they build very superb. Let me put this away. I'll be back in a couple seconds. I don't know if I showed you guys this before. This is a card model. I built this paper. I built this about 30 years ago. This is an F2A Bruce Buffalo at 124 scale. It's got banged up a little bit. It don't take long for me to tune it up. I got to tune these things up. You got to open up the back and take a knife and pry out the skins and glue it back again. They come out pretty good when they're done. This was the first monoplane the United States Navy had. Because they're just getting away from those F-3F biplanes they had. And this actually was the first airplane that used hydraulic system for the landing gear. Instead of using the crank system, cranking wheels up into the fuselage, this thing had a hydraulic system that pulled the wheels in. So this is off the USS Lexington. This is an F-2A Brewster Buffalo. Made out of paper. And it's a very beautiful little airplane. I like the perky little Buffalo. Now I got a card model of it they call the Cleveland that the English used. Yep, there you go. Yep. Robert and card kits that come in different skill levels, like plastic models do. Now, if you want to get some good good card models, go on eBay. Use the search engine of choice, Bing or Google, what you got, and chime in paper model kits on eBay. They'll take you right to it. They're about $4 or $5, $10, not much more than $20, $30, and they build very good. You just got to learn how to. Their method of construction is a lot different because you got to learn how to fold pieces, and you got to take the white out where the paper's cut with scissors. It leaves a white edge. Generally, you got to take a felt tip marker to it and mark the edges like that in the same color of the printing is. The only hard thing about card models is getting the paint to match the printing, because the way the printer sees the color of the printing, it comes out a lot different than regular colors do. A Strum Tiger, yeah, that'd be a fun build. The card kits, they got almost everything. They got ships, armor, birds, everything. And the designers of those things are like, dude, those guys are short of genius how they design things. Yep. Well, Let's see here. Back to the chat. Oh, not yet. Not yet, Malcolm. I got it out there in my room. And the Titanic, I got it all. I'll show it to you. Matter of fact, I'll tell you what I'll do. Since we're on models now, I guess I can put this to the side here and get this a little later. And it's going to be up and down for me, guys. So you guys want to see the Doria and the Queen Mary and my USS and my SS Independence and my Titanic and Mauritania and what else I can bring down? Good night, Tony. Take care, everybody. Thank you for being in, dear sir. And be careful going to work. Thank you, Tony, for coming in. We'll catch you. We'll have another hangout Friday night. Take care, dear sir. Okay. I'll bring the Dory over, set her over here, and I'll talk about the history of it and everything. I'll tell you how I built her. Yeah. You see it good now. I'll be back. I'll bring the Dory over to it. I hope Captain Carloline don't mind. Yep, here she is, guys. The SS Doria. The Christopher Columbo was a sister ship. They made two of them precisely like this back in 1950. 741 feet long, the stem to stern. I built this in Western plans, the scale of 1/364 scale. This thing's only about 37 inches long. Yeah, here it is, guys. I mean, this is a beautiful ship. It's very tragic that this thing sunk before its time. It was just another case of reckless seamanship. And both those guys were trying to figure out, well, who's going to make the first move, you know? Well, you got people aboard something like this. You can't deal with their lives. They're going to figure out, well, who's going to do this and do that. Because at the time, 1956, all these radars were functional. They could see each other. They could see where it was coming. But they didn't go by the rules of the sea, starboard to starboard. So both captains should have been held liable for the demise of the Doria and the wreckage of the Stockholm. The injuries to the Doria was very severe because the most vulnerable place to put a ship out of commission is anything where the engineering is at. In this case, back over here where I got rammed over here, right here in this neck of the woods here, they had generator rooms there that could operate the pumps and everything. But once those generator rooms are violated from the ocean, she was a dead duck. Yes, sir, it is. It's made out of wood and paper. And it took me about 4 years to build this thing. I built this for a show model. And this thing here really, I think I won a couple of awards on it. I was the only one that had this ship. They had a lot of competition out there. They had some out there that made this thing look really bad. But this thing came out really nice. It's I built this when I was very young. I suppose now I had all these years. She's getting a little dusty a little bit. I got the Queen Mary I built too. I'll probably bring that out for you and show it to you. Anyway, this ship right here was it was terrible that this thing was lost. And a lot of people, a lot of famous people were on this ship at the time. Ruth Romans, her family was on this thing. And back in those days, ocean, being an ocean liner was a romantic way of sailing. But with the event of the airplane, it's just something else. And this thing is dirty. I mean, real dirty. But the thing about the dust of this thing is it's almost like that talcum powder. So this is the SS Antidoria. And she went down off of Nantucket Shoals, and about 235 feet of water. And I gotta be very careful with this girl. And she's laying like this at the bottom. And the top of the water is where my hand's at. So it's about 230 feet, 35 feet down. And all of her furnishings are completely disintegrated. That within time, it rotted and collapsed on each other. Nothing left but the hull. And all the pile of junk, is just everything inside the ship is just junk inside there now. All the wood furnishings just turned into nothing. Wood, junk. And it looked like a big crane picked up a house, took about 100 feet in the air and dropped it. And everybody bulldozed everything into a cave. That's not what it looked like. So, and I got the Titanic you mentioned. And who's working on the 174 Titanic? Malcolm. Yes, sir. Yep. I'll bring a Titanic over too. Let you see that. I think this thing will pick it up a lot better than it did on the webcam. Here's the Queen Mary. I'll bring Titanic next. This is the same scale, 1/384 scale. And she too is getting dirty. This thing is made out of wood and paper. Now she's in Long Beach, rotting away. Shame. I was very young when I built these. Because I always like to build from plans. So I got all kinds of model plans. I got some Western plans from Abe Taubman Plan Service. He used to be the world's retail plan service. Everybody bought plans from him because if you wanted to build a model, he's the only guy in the world. See, guys, this is years ago before cyberspace came to mind, before computers came in. Guys like me who wanted to build something like this, we had no resource, no plans. And look at model books, don't get it. You got to have a plan. And he was the #1 retailer of model plans. Other model plans, that one source I got all the time was from the Smithsonian Institute. They had a catalog of all kinds of model ship plans by all kinds of builders, model builders like Horace Bechet, which is Boucher Lewis models nowadays. Now it's Blue Jacket, and you got also great model builders that worked in naval model shops that they had plans and drew those plans out to build these things. That's why I get the plans of these things and build them. And things very set. It took a lot of work to build these things. It took me about 4 years to build this one. I've been on this thing pretty much, almost every day. Yep. Thank you, sir. Thank you, guys. Yeah, the Queen Mary was built back River Clyde back in 1933, back in the Depression. She was actually one of the new marks. The Cunarders tried to capture size. Because matter of fact, the White Star Line wanted scale, wanted size. And they brought out the first superliners was the Olympic class liners. But as years went by, the Leviathan came out, Katakova came out, the Normandy came out, and all 900-foot jobs. And Sam Cunard said, well, we can do better. They want size, we'll give them size. Back in those days, all the way from 1912 up to about 1928, all ships were length anywhere from 700 to 900 feet in length. This thing here is over 1,000 feet long. It's 1,012 feet long. This thing is bigger than 3 football fields. It's a huge ship. It was the biggest ship in the world. And they brought out Queen Elizabeth. She only had 2 funnels. She was 20 feet bigger than Queen Mary. My Aunt Edie, Uncle Doug, Aunt Peggy were on this ship. They sailed all the way from the Hudson River to England because they're missionaries. They did a lot of missionary work. They traveled on the ship. This Queen Mary is the most famous, probably one of the most famous ships in the world. And here it is, Long Beach. No funds at all. Keep her. My God, this model's better shape than the real ship is. At least I keep the maintenance on it by keeping it clean and watching it all the time. But there's no money going into it. This thing is actually weathering away. It's just a shell. This thing never go to sea again. And the Queen Mary, a lot of them get Sir Winston Churchill. I better have been 1967 when England sold us this ship and also the Queen Elizabeth. And we bought that from them. We were going to make it a hotel ship. Now, we already had plans in the making on this vessel, and a successfully was achieved. I remember when I was in the Navy stationed up there at Long Beach Naval Base. I used to go out there and look at the Queen. They were taking out the funnels and everything like that. Man, there's so much history in that ship. People were buying stuff off this ship left and right. Most of the stuff has been restored. But they started taking this thing apart. A lot of stuff was falling apart. It's because it was old. 1933, that's back in the Great Depression. That was years past. So the scale of this ship is, I think she's 1:384 scale. It's actually it's half of 1:192 scale. Now, if this thing was 1:192 scale, this thing would be 60 inches long. This thing's only 38 inches long. This thing is. So this thing is. I think it's. I think the plan says it's 1:384 scale. It's an odd scale, but that's where I built it from. It's pretty close to. I would say it's pretty close to almost a scale of 1:250. That's what I'm thinking. But the plan scales, it says on the plan it says 1:384. I remember that quite well. Yeah, guys, I'm a one kind of modeler. You know, on YouTube, I watch a lot of. You've got modelers out there better than I am. And one thing about me, I bring stuff back in the past that's just been lost. And a lot of my commenters say, Frank, you're a conduit to old stuff that's been lost that we've never seen before, you know? And I think I'm doing my job quite well by showing my goods, like my beautiful queen right here. I think Queen Mary would really love this ship if she was alive. And I know Queen Elizabeth of England, she'd love this ship too. Her Majesty, this wonderful lady would love this ship, you know? And I love English things. And anything to do with England, I love very much. And there's so much history there and so much beauty and the intricate detail they do. To me, it's miles better than what we do. But this is my Queen Mary. I love her. Man, building a full-scale Titanic. It's 900 feet of ship. Boy, I got to buy some property. Get that thing. Then I'll hire some workers out there and supervise them. Get that done. Matt Hill. How you doing, sir, for the Down Under? Thank you, sir. Welcome to my Wednesday night hangout. As you can see right here, I got 2 new things here. I got the Queen Mary right here. She's greeting us. They got the Wanderer Whaler. She's inboard from the Queen. And I got a new camcorder. I know a new camera, web camera on top of my PC. I was really hoping I'd do like Smooth the Crew. I could be able to have a picture of me up there in the corner, like you look at me now. And of course, for the subject right here, it could be on the ground. But evidently it came out like this, so you get two worlds. You get me and this. It works good enough for me. I like this. I really do. I like this. I like this setup I got right here. I think it works very well for me. It's going to get better. And when I was board ship in the Navy, I bet a lot of my captain like to have this, Captain Davis. You know, they had to get his hands on one of these. Had Ensign Powell one time. 90-Day Wonder. I built a model of a C-3 freighter, merchantman. And I couldn't take with me off that ship. I said, Ensign, come here. He says, oh, I'm disembarking, getting off the ship. I got orders to go on the USS Oxford. Says, here's this model ship. I built this for you. This is all yours. Take it home with you. And remember me by it. And I gave it to him. And that's the first time I've seen an officer cry before. When I gave him that, I guess I did a wonderful thing for him. Because he builds models too. I used to stand and watch up here in the wing on ship. He used to walk over on the Ashtabula and say, talk about building models. We talk about building models. And those days, guys, even the officers were not allowed to mingle or listen, man. But him and I were like Mutt and Jeff. We got along very well together because we built models. And when I gave him that SS American Challenge, he was very delighted with it and he enjoyed it. And I said, just take care of it. It's all yours. And so I hope he probably still has it now. Yeah, that's the way to go, Matt. These webcams are pretty neat, sir. I really enjoy these. This webcam. I just went today. Like I say, I got 2 checks from Uncle Sam today. I got my naval retirement check today. It's supposed to be last week, but you know how holidays are. When the holidays come to view, everything's booted back behind, especially us enlisted men. Well, anyway, Uncle Sam was very generous to me today. I got my Social Security today, and I got my my naval pension check today. Tomorrow I'll get my paycheck from my other job. And following Monday, I get my paycheck from my other retirement job that I did. So I'm very grateful. I'm very happy, you know, because I planned this in my lifetime when I was very young. I've always got to have something for myself. I know my mother and father ain't going to be here to take care of me. You know, I know I'm going to be a father and a granddaddy one of these days. And I got to make everything prosper first, and everything has come to you as I planned. I planned all this since I was a kid. Have my little man cave here, and that's what I was supposed to call. And building my models and stuff, you know. But I never dreamt of being on a computer and talking to friends I've never met before, and just being part of the world. This means a lot to me. I was thinking about that. Get me a Trumpy 1/200 scale big mow. I don't know how much them kids cost. I bet that's about a $300 piece of plastic. I've got one pretty close to it. It's up there next to the Titanic up there. I'll bring that down next. I'll put the Queen back in the I'll moor next to the SS Independence. I'll bring that over too. Yeah. Yeah, it's I think it's 1/16 scale. It's a little bigger than 1/200 scale. Now I got a 12-foot one up there in my spring house, the USS Missouri. It's all radio control, and I've got one up there. It's a Sterling kit. Yep, it's only about 10 feet away from me. I can see the twin rudders. I did some work on that thing. I bet that thing's a pile of dust right now. My God. These things are just like dust magnets. I'm constantly dusting models up all the time. This is a 24-hour job around here in this man cave. I try not to disturb the dust, you know. Dust is okay as long as it's not disturbed. When it gets disturbed, it can put a powwow on your plastics, put it that way. What's the largest scale plastic Titanic kit available today? Well, Sir Robert, all I know is the Minicraft 1/350 scale Titanic. But there's a 1/144 scale. I'm not sure if it's resin or it could be plastic. You go to www.Titanic Historical Society. They got the kit. I think it's by Han. It's a German gentleman. HAHNN or something like that. I believe that's about the largest one. That's probably about a good 5-foot model right there. But the largest plastic model that's produced today, and always has, always will remain, will be Intex, ex-Intex, now Minicraft 1/350 scale Titanic, which I'm about to put you right over here. Yeah, I'll have those catchy heads running right back to the hills where they come from. Yep. Little 16-inch guns on the end. Boy. And you see it when they fire. All you see is a big puff of flames. I seen them in New Jersey one time off the Tonkin Gulf. I think she was doing an Operation Readiness test, firing her main salvo. Oh, you heard a big rumble and a big flame. Man, that's some power. When they put the Queen away, I'll bring a Titanic over here. Come on, Queen. We'll put you next to the Independence. You're a big lady. You're a big lady. So watch out. I'll let that screw off. on this Titanic. Come with me, my sweet. Here's my 1974 Entex Titanic. I think I did this on YouTube. I'm quite sure I did. And with this one here is a pretty old kit. I had bought this 1974 when this kit came out. This thing ran about 20 bucks. And when the ship came out, I just could not wait to get my hands on the thing. I bought two things at once, just like that. And these things have been out for a long time. I think Intex went out of business back in 1980. When they went out of business, this kit was hard to find. I thought maybe, well, it's like everything else. They make so many of them, and they go somewhere else. And this thing here is just, I'm glad I bought this thing. She's a little dusty, not too bad. These things get dusty at a certain location. Yep, that's what it is, Robert. 1/144 scale billing bag. That's all wood, I think. And I'd like to get that kit. That's got a good price tag on it too. But I always like this Intex one. You know, it's a very big ship for a day. And it's reckless seamanship, which ruined this thing. Which really, it made a good day turn into a bad one, guys. I think the people who took it the hardest were the guys who built the ship. My God, those guys put their heart and souls in this thing and sank it like it did. Such a beautiful ship. Captain Smith, you know, I imagine when he came out of that stateroom, he felt that rum was the will be struck. Iceberg. If I was Captain Smith, the first thing that hit my mind, well, there goes my retirement. Well, I'm going to summons the carpenter and find out how much damage done this thing. And he did. And he was greeted with some very bad news. And the builder of the Titanic, which was known as the, what do you call them, the volunteer group, a special bunch of guys. They were builders. These guys were journeymen. They were special guys. And they knew that ship more than anybody did because they built it. And they were a great help in summoning the damage to the ship. And them and Thomas Andrews, the builder, went down below and inspected the damage. And they found out it was horrific. It was at the worst location in the world for this thing to be damaged. It would be right about here. Right here, Bordeaux number 6. That was the Carhealy's Hill, which broke this which sunk the ship. Anything from here up forward was damaged. She would have been very low in the water in the bows. But she would have made afloat, and possibly could have made it to New York under her own power. And with the help of tugs, too, necessary nearby. There's only one problem. If she made it to New York, there's no piers that were big enough to dock a ship this size. So there's a lot of incomplacency in this thing, you know. There's been deaths on the waves, guys getting hurt by the timbers. They pop out, and you get hit, you get crushed to death. So this ship was a very big ship. One of the largest ships in the world. Very majestic. And Captain Smith, you know, when he received the bad word that this ship was going to sink and founder, a lot of things going through that man's mind. I mean, the same thing would be going through my mind. Knowing that this ship has enough lifeboat capacity for at least half the people, and the rest would have to fend for themselves. And they he didn't supervise as good as it's supposed to be. Like, there's a lot of saying that he kind of was in and out of a state of mind during giving orders. I can imagine what was going through that man's mind. I think what was going through his mind at the time was a fine line between urgency and panic. That was going through Captain Smith's mind. He knew his life was over with. He was going to go down with the Titanic and never see his daughter again. He'll never see his wife again. He won't receive 1 pence of his retirement. He was in charge of this ship. Like all good captains, he went down with her. Very tragic. This thing could have, it just shows you guys, you just can't take something like this. This thing was, it was just, and reckless seamanship. Oh, Bruce, how you doing, buddy? Welcome to Frankie Day's Wednesday night hangout. Are you referring plastic kits? Which plastic kits are you referring to, Bruce? Is it the mini craft kit or one of the buildings or something? Oh, Ravel, 1976 kit, 1/584 scale. A lot of difference. The Ravel one's not too bad. The only thing bad about it is they're going back to their old standards that they did back in the 1950s. All the railings are just molded right on the ship. You look inboard of the railings, looks like a sheet of plastic. No detailing of the railings. Now this right here, I use the kit's railings. Anybody familiar with this kit knows what I'm talking about. The kits, they give you these, the railings here. I did, I put a wash on them. I sanded these things down as much as I could. I sanded down the backside, not the front side, but the backside, until all that flash started to disappear, start to separate from the rails, the vertical part of the rails. Then you take your number 11 blade and you prick it out in between the stanchions, all the extra flash. Paint it white, give it a coat of gloss, and give it a wash. So it comes out pretty good, you can see. Came out pretty good. No photo etch in this thing. Setting up there by the compass room. All rails there. I don't know how good this thing picks up, guys. Don't know. It looks better in life than it does on the camera. This thing's clean already. The dust and things almost like talcum powder. Yep. I'm going to put it back and bring you something else you want to say. Oh, the 1/400 scale. I thought you meant the small one. The one that kit's hideous, but it can be to a nice model if you take, you know, there's a photo essay of that too as well. Now I got the 1/400 scale one. It's a Revell one. I got it down below. The railings too, they come off and they're put on separately, and they're not too bad. Just give them a coat of wash and they'll be okay. They'll come out very decent. The railing's almost like that on the gorge fuck. I'll show you that here in a second. Let me put the Titanic back, and I'll bring something else here to show you, fellas. Here's the big Mo I was talking about. This is the Sterling kit. I did a lot of work on this thing. I made this thing like it was in World War II. I usually got a set of plans for this thing. The same plans I did on my, what the hell's this up here? It's big. Set it down. I got it painted in World War II colors. This is radio control. This all comes off. This is about as big as a Trumpy job. And as you can see, guys, it's a big ship. I added the screws right there. This thing gives you a kill, one screw. These things had 4. I got 2 runners on there. This thing is a dirty girl. And holds all fiberglass inside out. This thing is big. It's about 60 inches long. Well, I'll put it back, guys, before I knock something over. Yep, there you go. Now, how you guys like that, Big Mo? I've got everything, guys. Now, I got something else I want to show you guys. It's only about an arm's distance away. I've had this thing for about, I guess, 18 years. It's never been on YouTube before. First of all, I want to get this whale around harm's view. I'm afraid I'm going to bust this thing with my show and tell stuff. Let me get this out of the way here, guys. Just excuse my back here, fellas. Here's the turkey. This is my Trumpy 1/72nd scale TBF torpedo bomber. I just took out of the box out of the boat slug. You see how new it is. When you box these things up, they stay pristine forever. I got 21 viewers. I'm still holding the fort. That's good, guys. I'm very happy about this. And I kind of enjoy this new webcam I got here. This is a pretty good kit, guys. This Trumper TBF. This thing was very expensive. I got this for Christmas. I think a kit cost about $100. And there's a fish right there underneath it. They just call them kippers. And this was a good kit. No washes, it's just factory done. And the TBF was a good aircraft. It was the placement for the aging TBD Devastator torpedo bomber. The one the torpedo number Squadron 8 off the USS Hornet was lost during the Battle of Midway. And the Navy says, that's it. We ain't going to use none of those airplanes. Well, I mean, to tell me the whole squadron of things are gone? Gone. Jesus. And we can't be using them anymore. I think a lot of the guys aboard the airplane itself, I think they were inexperienced pilots. These guys never been in combat before. The Japanese, they've been in combat for years. They've got 10 years on us. When it comes to combat, actually going to war, they got 10 years on us. They know what combat's all about. We didn't. And TBF came in at a good time. That's why they called it an Avenger for Torpedo Squadron number 8. This is a nice kit. I got 2 more of these in my stash. I haven't built yet. I'm thinking about making the North Atlantic version. Sea gray with white. Well, this is the South Pacific version. I don't know what carrier she came off of. She probably came off of the, looks like the Langley. And, wow. And very impressive little airplane she is. So this is a pretty good size airplane, 1/32 scale, guys. You know, the TBF was a good sized plane. It has a wingspan of about 54 feet. It's big. And you compare this. Another one's arms away. The Sugar Bugger Douglas. They're big. There's no trunk for a kit. Not a trunk, but I mean matchbox. I made the landing gear on this thing functional. Made it fold up. It'll go up the side. And it'll come down. Oh, my flats work. They work good well. I mean, everything's functional in this thing. I love that Dauntless. It was a mainstay of the United States Navy, guys. The Speedy D. Oh, yeah. I've already got my, Bob, how you doing, dear sir? Thank you, sir, for chiming in. Yes, I ordered that kit. I'm really excited about that. I'm thinking about painting it almost the color of this TBF over here. And my neck is all sea blue, like it did the Flying Leather next to John Wayne and Robert Ryan. That'd be a good paint schedule for them. A lot of them were all just all blue. Okay, Bruce. You take care of yourself, young man, and study hard. And we'll catch you on the next hangout. Will be Friday. And God bless you, and thank you very much for hanging in my hangout. And I'm very honored. And thank you, sir. And stay posted. Have a update the video probably tomorrow night on the Wonder Whaler. Arpedeza, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, I got my SVD next to my TBF. I have over here, and same scale and relationship. Yep, I like this little chuppler. It's a very strong kit. I know one thing cost me a lot of money. I'm thinking about $100 back then. I built this about 18, 19, 17 years ago when it first came out. And it's a strong model. The undercarriage thing is very markedly strong. It's a heavy airplane. It really is. It weighs about a pound. I think the undercarriage is made out of metal. Tires are rubber. I can't wait to get my flippers on that 124 scale F6F Hellcat. That's going to be a beautiful kit to work on. Well, that Airfix 124 scale Typhoon the Airfix made. Oh, that's a beautiful kit. Ooh. They got a blueprint in that thing. They had to. No stones were not uncovered when they built that kit. It's just like taking a real airplane, put it together in 124 scale. It's remarkable how they do stuff nowadays. And yeah, but I really enjoy building these things. It's the first time this thing's seen light in a long time. Well, I've already put it back in the box, take it down below where I got it from to keep it getting broken. And that's where it's going to go. I'm kind of doing like clean up models around a lot. And got a lot of stuff. I should be getting the green light at any time on Mr. Mr. Warren Blanche. Spitfire Buddy Group build got coming down. So he's getting the, I imagine he's about done with that thing right now. So we'll probably be starting that build probably maybe now or maybe tomorrow. I don't know. But as soon as he gives me the go, well, I'm going to get cracking on that kit and get some video shaking on it. And build another. $18 viewers now. 20. I'm doing pretty good now for no guy like me, you know. I'm keeping everybody pleased. You know, I'm very pleased. I'm very honored that all nine of you who tuned in here are still watching me and build your models and listen to me rap and everything. And I'm very glad and honored that you guys are here. And so I'm going to try out my new webcam I got. And so far, I guess what you see is what you're going to get, because I was really hoping I get two different pictures. I get the webcam and also the PC coming out, but I don't know. I don't know how to work that, but I can figure it out. But right now it's pretty good for me now because you can see what I got on the bench here. They still see me too. Yep. Yep, the old turkey, the old TBF. I watched no movie. Don Amici, Dan Andrews, Henry Morgan, William Blythe, and a couple other guys. It's called Wing and a Prayer. That was a good movie. Had these TBS, and show them landing on the carrier deck, and taking off. But I love this old TBF. It's one of my favorite naval aircraft. These things were very beautiful aircraft, very deadly. They carry mines, bombs, and torpedoes. This is a very detailed kit. So if you guys got one of these in your stash, you'd be very pleased to build one of these. Guys, give me about 5 minutes. I'm going to make a laundry check. I'll put this thing away. And I'll bring something else to show you. I'm back, guys. Sorry for the delay here. Well, guys, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. I got to go out and take care of the laundry and everything. And I got things I got to take care of around the house. I got a little problem down in the most locker. The laundry machine's kind of locking up. Man. So I got to go ahead and take care of that. And I'll tell you what, I'll return Friday, 7 o'clock Eastern time. And we'll start to hang out and we'll build some models and have some fun. And so I'd like to thank everybody here for tuning in, and God bless you guys. And I'm very honored for all 17 viewers that are still online to watch me. And thank you very much, guys, for tuning in on my Hangout. They will get better. It's just right now, something will rise. I got to take care of it. And I shall return. Okay, guys, this is Frankie Day from Frankie Day Models signing off. Thank you very much. Make Mama happy. Take care of yourselves. And I'm going to try to get this video thing a little better. But I like it like the way it is. At least you can see what I'm doing and everything. And it works good for me. And we'll get better. Okay, thank you, James. God bless you guys. We'll see you guys this Friday. We'll have another hangout. We'll have some fun. And God bless you guys. Thank you guys very much for tuning in. Frankie Day for Frankie Day Models signing off. And thank you for being out here to hang out. And I'm very honored each one of you. And thank you. God bless you guys. Thanks, fellas.